I will be sharing with you 7 habits that will help you to get rich. Some of these habits may seem obvious, and others may. Do you want to be rich? Of course you do. Who doesn't? But the desire to become rich is merely just a dream if you don't have the right habits in place to achieve it. In this video, I will be sharing with you 7 habits that will help you to get rich. Some of these habits may seem obvious, and others may surprise you. But if you can incorporate even a few of these into your life, you'll be well on your way to achieving a life of financial abundance. So let's get started. The first habit that will make you rich is investing in yourself. Investing in yourself is one habit that is common among all self-made millionaires. They understand that the best way to make more money is to invest in themselves, in their education, health, and personal development. If you ask any wealthy person what their most lucrative investment was, many will surprisingly say themselves. When you invest in your own personal development, you are ensuring that you will always have the skills and knowledge to take advantage of any opportunities that can lead to life-changing wealth. Another way to invest in yourself is by investing in your own health. When you begin to prioritize your health, you will notice that you have the energy and stamina to perform at the highest level. Business and entrepreneurship are competitive sports, and you must build yourself up like a high-performance athlete if you want to win. So if you want to be a self-made millionaire, make sure you begin by investing in yourself. To help you with this, we have partnered with Skillshare to give you a 1-month free subscription with the link in the description below. Sign up today and begin learning the skills you need to get rich. Take this opportunity to invest in yourself for free. The next habit that will help make you rich is goal setting. You must become very clear on what you want. One habit that is very effective in conditioning your subconscious mind is writing your goals down every single day. You can either use a pen to write your list of goals on a blank sheet of paper or journal, or if you prefer, you can use the Notes app on your phone. Begin with a blank page every day and write everything you want to achieve in your life. Write as many things as you want. Let your imagination run wild. As you make a habit of doing this every day, you'll begin to feel a sense of excitement towards these goals, especially the ones that resonate with you most. This is when your subconscious mind is prepared to do its best work. As the days go by and you keep writing your goals down, you'll begin to notice your intuition guide you to the achievement of these goals and inspiring you to take action. The third habit is visualization. This is another technique commonly used by the most successful people in the world. The power of visualization has been studied and documented for many centuries and is yet another very effective way of conditioning your subconscious mind to achieve your goals. Make a habit of taking time daily to close your eyes and visualize the life you want to create. Visualize the end result. Focus on the details that make it feel real. What it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like. You can even take this process one step further and use your imagination to reverse engineer your goals. You can do this by imagining what the path to achieving your goals looks like. Sometimes when visualizing your ideal life, it may feel far-fetched and out of reach, but when you also visualize the process to the achievement, your mind is able to see the path, accept your goals as realistic possibility, and assist you in getting there. You can combine this habit with your previous habit of goal setting so that for each goal you write down, you pause and visualize it before moving on to the next one. The fourth habit that will make you rich is surrounding yourself with successful people. It has been said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If that is the case, then it stands to reason that surrounding yourself with positive, successful people can help you achieve success in your own life. Success is infectious, and the more time you spend around it, the more it becomes a part of who you are. Now you may be thinking, I don't know any successful people to hang around. Well, I have some good news for you. You don't need to know any. You're lucky enough to live in a time where you can surround yourself with successful people digitally if you don't have access to any physically. The internet allows you to immerse yourself in videos, podcasts, and interviews with the most successful people in the world. The more you listen to them and absorb their mindset, the more like them you become. So make a habit of consuming content from successful people you look up to and aspire to be like whenever you can.
Boom, 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 boom. So hopefully everybody can see me. Different setting today. And I love the people who have been here for months and months and months. So usually this call, I introduce it. We talk a little bit about what's going on in crypto, and we have somebody come in and teach us. Now we're going to start going into the side where we're going to go ahead and dive into the charts by ourselves, utilize what we learned in order to go ahead and get our zones for the week. Last week we did it. We caught a huge sell-off. 1 second. We were able to catch a huge sell-off. I mean, if you don't know what's going on in crypto this week, a lot of things have just happened. And what I'm going to do here is I'm about to share my screen and show you exactly what's been going on in crypto today specifically. So you should be able to see my screen. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and drop some ones and make sure you can see it, or just let me know you can see it. But today is November 8th, 2022. So yesterday we were in profit. Cool. Bitcoin, it was about $3 billion seized in a Silk Road fraud. But today, one of the third biggest crypto exchanges, its native coin falls 31% in 24 hours. Now it's below 80%. Binance, which is another exchange, the second largest, just acquired the third largest, which is FTX. And then Alameda Research and Sam Bankman-Fried, when you can see CEO of FTX, they no longer are an exchange, basically. And that just triggered a lot of liquidation. Bitcoin is under $18,000. But because we were able to go ahead and position ourselves, you would have been able to catch you 2,600 pips on Bitcoin and 2,800 pips on Ethereum. So you're talking about over 5,000 pips just in the last couple of days. What does 5,000 pips look like? 5,000 pips, and this is for anybody that's new, pips is a unit of measurement. It is how we measure moves on our MT4 app. It consider it like if you're a football fan, I'm from Georgia, big Georgia fan. It's yards on the field. So every pip is like every yard. So every increment it moves, I can make however much money I risk. So if it moves $1 or if it moves 1 yard, I can say, hey, I want to move $1 per yard. So every yard it moves, if it moves 5 yards, I now have $5. If it moves 10 yards, I now have $10. So now change yards for pips. If I was risking $1 per pip on Bitcoin, I would have been able to make me $2,600. Put them both together, you're talking about $5,000. Now, I recommend going 0.01, that's 10 cents per pip, especially if you're a beginner. 10 cents per pip would have given you $500. And there's some that allow you to do a penny per pip. So every pip it moves, you make a penny. Well, you would have made $50 this week doing absolutely nothing, just monitoring the charts, playing these closes, breaking closes. You have the answers right here in this chat. It's free chat, free. Now, if you're somebody who wants to actually get with our educators and things like that, that's a whole nother thing. We have a full classroom, mentorship, all of that for people who are committed to learning and want to go ahead and have your education step by step laid out for you. But for this is a fun group, fun stream every Tuesday. We're coming in, we're seeing what the market's doing, we're reading up on news, global currency. Global cryptocurrency market caps falls below $1 trillion. And I said the government wants to get involved with crypto. So I think what they're doing is taking all the money out, getting all of us scared. And what do I mean by that is, look at this. This picture here is kind of what is going on in crypto. When the price is high and the time is short, disbelief, hope. You get a little bit optimistic, more time comes by, price keeps going up, you get a little bit more belief, you get a little bit more thrill when price is up. And you get to a state of euphoria. That's when everybody believes they're all going to be rich. When you start seeing headlines that says 60%, 80%, 90%, 100% of all wallets are in profit, start thinking of selling for a profit. Because when it's up here, somebody's going to be betting against it. Somebody who has way more money, out of $1 trillion, Bitcoin had I think $1.5 trillion market cap. There's somebody out there that has 500 billion of that. And if they hit sell, the market's dropping, the price is dropping. So what's going on now is there's a lot of capitulation, anger in the market. I'm getting 100% out the markets. I can't afford to lose more. Who shorted the market? Why did the government allow this to happen? My retirement money is lost, and then there'll be a suckers rally. Disbelief again. And if you look here where disbelief is, it's also on the left, which means you're going to go back on this rally again. It's going to be a cycle over and over again. So if we go back to the Telegram, you'll see here, in times like this, always do it. Over $854 million in crypto has been liquidated in the last 24 hours. What is liquidated? Meaning the money was lost, meaning there was $854 million that people were in profit or had in the market. $854 million was taken from them by the market getting liquidated. So just understanding what's going on. You can see that FTX CEO, his net worth went from almost $15 billion to under $1 billion. So when you see that, you got to understand smaller people who don't have as much money, not the only ones losing money. He lost, like, I want you to really look at that. He had 15 billion and now he's at 1 billion. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go right over to our charts, so we can get our zones. I know a lot of people have been asking me how I mark up charts outside of just this crypto stuff, and we'll have to catch a Zoom. We'll have to get on, meet, follow me on Instagram. It's right here in my name. We'll talk on there about impulse and corrections, support and resistance. I say impulse correction, trends, uptrend, downtrend, whatever. But over here on Swipecoin, it tells you, I didn't mark this up. It marked it up by itself. We have algorithms that do it for us. So if you look here, breaking close below the zone confirms the idea. So if you didn't even know what was going on, and this was 15, this is 21, so you're talking about 4 hours ago at 3 p.m. Eastern time, you would have been able to get into a sell and would have been up currently 700 pips, but you could have been up. You're talking about, and let's bring this out just so you can see, because we would have got in right here. Me personally, I would have put my stop loss right above that candle, and you could have rolled it down all the way 2,000 pips. 2,000 pips today. So just understand being in position and how we do things. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go ahead and mark this chart up. I'm going to erase all the drawing tools just so we can see what we got here. First step for everybody that's been around, we're going to change this over to our line chart. I'm going to change this over to our line chart. A lot of people are going to be looking over here to the left. No, the market is here. Right here where my finger is pointed, the market is right here. And since the market is right here, and this is going to be fast session, I think we'll be out of here in the next 10, 15, 30 minutes maximum. So we're here, right? And when you get here, you have to then look left. This is the market. So now we're looking left to see where are little indentions, where is the market at? What can we look at? Bitcoin hasn't been down this far in a while. So I would say I'm just gonna drop a horizontal line right here. That's the one that stands out. And then I'm gonna drop one right around here because you want to in the last on the scalper, and this is kind of close, so we might expand our range a little bit more because it's kind of yeah, it's really close. I don't like really having these zones more than 2,000 pips apart from each other. So we might even go a little bit right here because we see a little indentation. So by doing this, we're now trapping the market for our next move. What is this? This is 200 pips above. That's not bad. Just know that if it does break, it might fall back down. So this yellow line is key to knowing what our zones are going to be. After big sell-offs like this, it's kind of hard to figure it out, but you can kind of see what's going on. So let's do this here. Let's move it up to about this area here. I'm seeing a couple, it hit here, it hit here. And since it's so close to the yellow line, we have to go in the past and see what's going on. And you can kind of see Bitcoin has respected that line specifically. It's respected that line specifically. So if you're somebody that's for your first time seeing this, these two might be our zones. So you're probably asking, yo, what do I do with my zones? First things first, on Bitcoin, we're going to add 100 to our resistance, which is the top, and we're going to subtract 100 from the support, which is our bottom. Think of the support as a floor. Think of a resistance as a ceiling. Support, floor. If you stand up right now, you'll be supported by what's under you. The market is supported by what's under it. If you try and jump through the roof, the ceiling is going to resist you from going through it. Same thing with the market. So what I'll do is I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's see if I can find my picture of support and resistance. Let's see. I have so many pictures on this computer. Let's see where it's at. But I know I have it just for things like this. And if you're somebody who's brand new, welcome. I'm glad you're here. We're going to do a lot of this stuff. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm not going to say we're going to make money because it's really about the education, but just know there's a lot of opportunity in this market, especially right now, because there's a lot of people who are scared. And with fear, that means a lot of people aren't going to invest. And when people don't invest, they're going to go ahead and miss out on key entries. When these crypto coins start hitting the bottom, that is prime time to get into these investments. So just be on the lookout for some more ideas. And let's see, we are pushing up on the picture. I don't even know if you guys can see all of this. Here we go. So when I talk about resistance and support, this is what I mean. Take a picture of this, screenshot if you need to. Support, the market comes down and bounces up, comes down. If you throw a bouncy ball off the ground, it's going to bounce up. But then the resistance is if you throw it up, it's going to bounce down. Throw it up, it's going to bounce down. And there's moments where it breaks through, and then your resistance becomes your floor. And you can kind of see even here. And this is how we're going to execute our trades: buy on the close, sell on the close. So we're going to go back to the charts, and You'll understand a little bit more once I say something a little bit later. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 100 to this, which is now going to be 19,664, and we're going to subtract 100 from this, which is going to be 636. So now that is going to be our zone that we transfer over to our trading view for our alerts. So you can see this is the zone. We're waiting on a break and close below 17,636 to take it lower. And it's just scalps. It can be, you can use the scalp as your entry, or you can use the scalp as you're getting in, you're catching you 300 pips, and you're getting out. So I'm about to go over to the trading view. If you don't have trading view, you can go to it. There's free plans. I personally have a pro plan, which allows me to have 20 alerts. So I'm going to go over to Bitcoin and show the advanced chart. And you'll be able to see, we can go over last week's trades before we actually put in this one. So we're looking to do this on the 15-minute chart. You can see this was our zone last week. It was these two. And if, just to show you where we at, I'll show you on my screen again, last week's zones. If you look at Telegram in the group, and if you don't know how to get to the Telegram, I'll show you at the end. But if you look in Telegram, I told you exactly the zones. I'm gonna put this in here again. Buy Bitcoin 20,600 to 20,286. If you look at our chart, this was our zone right here. Last week, if you were with us, and actually this is what I'll do. I'm going to actually replay it so you can see exactly what happened. Let's go back and look. Last week was Tuesday the 1st. That's when I put the zones inside the market. November 1st. We were here. Yep, we're around right here when we marked this up. I think it was actually right around here, which is perfect. So 7 o'clock, November 1st is 7 hours after 12, so it's the 19th hour. So when we sent the zones in, it was around this time. The market was chilling right around this area. Right around this area. So we marked it up. We got our zones. And we figured out, okay, this is where we're at, and this is 100 plus. So what we were waiting on is now we're waiting on break and closes to get into the market. So the market's going sideways. It's doing its thing on the 15-minute chart. And then something like this happens. It breaks and closes. You scalp that. You could have bought right here and made you 200 pips. And then when it broke below, you could have did the same thing and made you, let's see. That was a quick 200 more pips. And you can play the zones all week long. As you can see, it's kind of just playing around. And the same thing happened on Ethereum. It was below, your sales could have been in profit or right out of profit. And then it bought up towards the end of the week and took off. Your 20,600 entry winds up going all the way up to over 21,000 again. You would have been in profit over 700 pips. And then it came right back down. I want you to see what happens over and over. You would have been in profit this whole week. You would have been able to get you over 5,000 pips. And then what happens is the market comes right back down And now yesterday it was back inside our zone. And then you could have did what? You could have took that sell. And then you could have did what? Kept taking the sell. Came back in, went back down. And now you could have been 2,000, 3,000 pips in profit today. So what I'm going to do is we're going to adjust our zones for the zones that we have right here. 19,664. That's one zone. And then we're going to change this one to 17,636. So now that's the zones for the week. I don't really like them because they're so far. It's going to take forever for the zone to get activated, but I think it's a good area. I think it's good for what the market just did because that's a big move today. Now, for people who don't have this pro version, what you can do is, if you can see to the right of my screen, there's a plus sign. You click on this plus sign. Oh, usually it allows you to do an alert. It used to say alert. That's new. So you can go add alert. Oh, I'm in replay mode. That's what's going on. Yes. Okay. Now, if you click this plus sign, you can add an alert. And what you do is you add an alert for Bitcoin. When you click there, you can bring it down to the zone. And when you do that, it'll pop up as edit the alert. Now, for people who only have one alert, because you have the regular trading view, instead of it just being crossing, you can do entering channel. You can do entering channel or exiting channel. That's the better one, exiting channel, because we're waiting on a break and close outside of it. And then you change your value to 19,664 and 17,636. So now every time it exits this channel, you're going to get an alert. You can click every time. It'll trigger every time the condition is met, but not more than one time per minute. Every time. Once you do that, you save it. Now you have your zones. Now, me personally, I'm not going to do it because I don't need it, but you hit save, and now it'll let you know when the zones exit out. So that's our Bitcoin trade for this week. If it breaks and closes, and what that looks like is, once you start understanding the anatomy of a candle close, a break and close would look here. I'm going to throw you an arrow right on. So you can see these candles. There's times where wicks go through. That here is not a break and close. A break and close is when that candle is thick and a new candle comes out after that one goes through, if that makes sense. So when the thick part of the candle goes outside of your zone, that's when you want to be able to take your trade. And you have to be patient. If it's 5 minutes after or 5 minutes before a 15-minute break and close, every 15 minutes inside of an hour, don't get into the trade. Wait for the next one. As much as we want to get into trades, we have to be just as much as we want to get into a trade, we have to have that same feeling to not get into the trade. Because every time you place a trade, you're risking your money. And the number one rule of the trader is to protect your capital. You want to protect the money that's in your account. Don't look to make so much money that you lose money. Number one rule, if you don't take a trade, you never lose money. So I think that's how you have to think is don't rush it, because it's one of my favorite Gucci lines is next 15, another one coming. So right now is a perfect time to enter a trade, but since it's in our zone, we're not even looking at it. And this is how you can start having the passive feeling, because you won't even put a trade in until you get an alert from your trading view. It's an app and it'll notify you on your phone. So 7:15 or every 0-0, if 0-0 is on the clock, that is a potential to get in. 15 is on the clock, 30, 45, 0-0. Those are your 4 times that you can get in to a trade every hour. So if you can't get into a trade right now, wait 15 more minutes. An opportunity might present itself. So it's right now at 7:30. We're gonna go ahead, click over to Ethereum. Same thing, you can see if you would have got in without this strategy and just been using break and close below, you would have been able to catch you from 1373 all the way to 1217. That's over 1,000 pips, almost 2,000. Just if you would just follow these instructions that I didn't do. I didn't put this in there. This popped up by itself automatically. So we're gonna do our steps again, and I'm gonna remove the drawing so we can see better. But just look, if you log into your swipe coin and click question, it's gonna tell you, check the zone and message, wait for possible candle confirmations, look for the possible retest plus candle confirmation. There's a training here in order for you to learn this. Very simple. I'm gonna teach you step by step. So I'm gonna go over here, go to our line chart. We see where we are. We're gonna put a horizontal line right here, just like it looks just like Bitcoin, guys. We're gonna put another one right around this area above our yellow line because we want to make sure we have some room to breathe. And if we look left, I can almost bet our black line is in the area that it's been before. And y'all are doing this right here with me. We're real close. You're talking about a couple pips off. Same thing at the bottom. So we have a good area of resistance and support. And now with Ethereum, it's a little different. We don't add 100, we add 5, which is 50 pips. So to this 1448, we're going to add 5, and it's going to make it to 1453. And then the bottom is 1270. We're going to make that 1265. And then we're going to transfer that over to our trading view. So before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and update the chat, let them know buy and break, close, give them the zones, buying Bitcoin on break and close of 19,664, and we're selling Bitcoin on 17,636. That's been sent out. People should be reacting to it soon, just so they can get, people love getting the zones. They usually send them out to their trading teams. It's a pretty good deal because it's free. Everybody can get it, enter the trades. They pretty much are hitting every week because you're trapping the market. So now we go over to Ethereum. You can see the same thing happened last week. We entered in over here. You could have been able to get into this market, catch the whole sell-off. You would have been able to catch the buy as well from November 1st, which is right here, did its thing. And next you know, it took off like a rocket. It went from 1562 all the way up to 1676. That's over 1,000 pips on the buy side. And then you would have been able to catch you 2,000-3,000 pips on the sell side today. So there's some people who probably had $1,000 to $10,000 months this month alone. So just understand what it is that we have and how we're going to go ahead and keep trapping the market. So 1453, I'm double clicking 1453 and 1265. And that's it. And what I personally do, I use my old alerts. I leave them there. And I use those as my TPs. And when it goes and hits, it goes and hits. We're waiting on breaking closes. My alerts are set. When that's ball game. 35 minutes in and out with the bag. We're gonna go ahead, set your trading view alerts. Anytime it crosses and closes, I'm gonna have it right here on my phone. It's coming straight to me. And then I also have SwipeCoin that's going to let me know every time I get an arrow like this, that's letting me know, anticipating the direction of the market. So if you're somebody who's like, yo, I need this every week, appreciate it, all this, I want you to come over to this website. It's called virtualcryptoparty.wealthybeliefworldwide.com. That link is also in the description below on YouTube. If you came straight from Twitter, you're already here. This is the first thing you saw. You come in, automated crypto scanner, no knowledge needed. Download the MT4 app. Now, if you have an iPhone or an Apple product that does not have MT4 on it, you can't get it. It's banned right now. But if you already have it, you're good. If you don't, click here. This allows you to have a web trader, which you'll come in here, you'll be able to log in, accept, do all this, and you'll be able to trade straight from your computer, from your web browser. Now, if you have an Android, go ahead, boom, download it, get into here. Once you get here, you're going to see I'm sitting here talking right here on the screen. But to learn how to enter trades on the MT4, I showed you how to get your setup. I showed you how to do that. But to learn how to actually enter the trades, you come here and watch this video. I promise, if you watch this video, you'll have a very good understanding. Because now once you watch this, you know how to use the MT4 now. Now you know how to put these numbers in from over here. Now you'll be able to say, oh, you got a break and close at 1265. Let me enter a sell position, market execution, and you'll be able to do that. If you're somebody who wants to go watch where I learned it from and get 2 to 3 sessions a week on the crypto markets, go ahead and get your starter package. We actually have a special going on where we can give you 2 packages. Now, I personally am one, I like to travel. So we have a travel portal that I mix with our crypto portal. So now I'm learning how to do crypto, but I'm also getting discounts on travel around the world. And every year that I have this travel portal, I get me a free trip. So that's something I like to do. So when you go get your starter package, if somebody sent you here, get back in contact with them. But if you click nobody invited me, you go over and click on I'm in the empowered package, because you're going to be able to go ahead and choose DCX and TLX for your travel and for your crypto and travel. You do that, you go ahead, get started. I'll get a notification and I'm going to send you an email immediately to make sure you have everything you need to be successful. If you're somebody who's like, yo, I just want the trades, perfect. You can skip step 2, invite people to next week, because at the end of the day, you're getting a free zone, you're getting education, and we're going to be able to grow this thing more and more, because at the end of the day, when there's talks of a recession and things like that, we need to be able to be recession proof. And that's what this step 4, join the free group to stay up to date on ideas. So if you've been here, if you enjoyed it, come into the group, stay up to date, get the zones, have fun, and let's really take things to the next level. I'll see you guys next week, and have a great rest of your week. Peace.